Hey guys, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, welcome back if you are not. This is the Bookish Life of Laura. My name is Laura, and today I'm doing the Bookternet ALL STAR Charity Challenge for COVID-19 relief. This challenge was created by Rachael Marie, which I will link down below, and basically she's chosen to do a social media challenge in order to raise money for a charity to help with COVID-19 relief. So every time somebody does this challenge, whether it be on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, wherever, and uses the hashtag BookternetGivesBack, Rachael will donate $1 towards a charity up to $75, and at the end of the challenge she will randomly select one person to choose from a list of COVID-19 relief charities, and that person can choose which of those charities that they would like it to go to. So this challenge has compiled a list of 18 books and authors that the bookish internet seems to absolutely adore, and today I'm talking about which ones I have actually read or not. The first author on this list is Angie Thomas. Angie Thomas has written 2 books as far as I know. The first one being The Hate You Give, which is about police brutality and the Black Lives Matter movement in America. This is a YA contemporary following a girl in the aftermath of watching her friend get shot by a police officer while unarmed, and it's just what happens afterwards and the whole legal case and the rise of the Black Lives Matter movement. And then she's also written On the Come Up, which is another YA contemporary about a girl trying to make her way in the rap scene. I have enjoyed the ones that I've read from her so far, but I don't think that I'll pick up other books from her in the future just because I have grown out of YA contemporaries, so that has nothing to do with Angie Thomas as an author. It's just a genre preference thing for me. Next up is the Shatter Me series by Tahira Mafi. I have not read this one. I don't really know why, because I've been seeing it going around the internet for like literally years, but for some reason I just never looked at it or like even looked at what it's about. But I have been seeing a lot of people talking about it recently, and like a lot of people saying that it's really good in like the bad YA kind of way, you know what I mean? So I might give it a shot at some point, probably not soon, but maybe eventually I'll read it. Next up is Leigh Bardugo, who I'm sure I don't need to go into detail about. Pretty much everybody and their mother has read or at least heard of Leigh Bardugo's books. I have read the first 2 books in her Grishaverse trilogy. I have yet to read the last one, or Six of Crows, or the Nikolai duology, because I suck and I'm very slow. But I have enjoyed the first 2 that I've read, and I do own the last one in the trilogy plus the Six of Crows duology, so I will be reading those hopefully soon. My goal is to read them before the show comes out, which I have no idea when that is, but hopefully not in the next like month or so, because I don't think I'll be reading all of those books before then, so. But they are good. They're not like my favorites ever. I do find them to be kind of slow, but I do like them. They're just not like favorites. Then we have The Cruel Prince by Holly Black, which I have not read either. I do own the first book. I haven't read it yet because again, I suck. But I do plan to. I've read one book by Holly Black, which was The Darkest Part of the Forest, and I liked it. It again wasn't a favorite, but it was pretty good. So hopefully I will fall in love with The Cruel Prince. I know pretty much nothing about it aside from the fact that it's fairies, and I fucking love fairies. So hopefully I'll love it. I hope I will whenever I actually get around to it. Next up is The Bone Witch by Rin Jupeko, which I hated. I actually read this book on a dare. My friend and I were at a bookstore together one day. We saw this book and we were both like, this sounds horrible. She dared me to read it just because she likes to watch me suffer, and I read it and I did indeed suffer. It was bad. It took me like 6 months to read it because it was so freaking boring. I've like mostly blocked this book from my memory because I hated it that much, but I do remember I liked the ending of it. I thought it was pretty good. It like almost actually gripped me. But the rest of it, there was literally nothing else that I liked about it. I thought it was terrible, and I will definitely not be continuing with it. Next up is V.E. Schwab, who has written quite a few series now. I have read her Cassidy Blake series, which so far there's only 2 out, but I loved those ones. I think that her writing is fantastic, and I do plan to read her other books. I think the vast majority, if not all of them, are on my TBR just because like they all genuinely interest me, and I'm pretty excited to see how her writing is different in her YA or adult novels compared to her middle grade series. Cinder by Marissa Mayer. If you watched my unhaul video, you know that I have recently unhauled this book. So I did not like this book. Well, I liked it when I first read it. I read the book and then forgot that it existed completely. Like, it did not really capture my attention that much. It was good, it was decent, but not really enough to make me think about it ever. And like for years, every time that I was like, oh yeah, that book exists, I should read the next ones, I would forget about it again. So I just finally realized that I will never read those books. And yeah, so I read the first one, but I won't be carrying on the series. Then we have Adam Lovera, which I have not read a single book by. He has written mainly YA contemporary, and I believe mainly queer YA, which like I'm shocked that younger me never read his books, but I didn't. And now, like, I know I say this so often, but I don't read contemporaries anymore, so I probably won't read any of his books, and his new fantasy novel doesn't really interest me either, so I probably won't ever read an Adam Lovera book. Never say never. He might release a new book later on that interests me, but as of right now, I have no plans to read his books. Next up is Cassandra Clare, who I have dedicated way too much of my life to. I actually have a tattoo in honor of her book. I have the Herondale star on my left collarbone as a reference to every Herondale has a star-shaped scar on their left collarbone, so I got this in honor of her books because I used to love them so much. But unfortunately, I haven't liked a single one of her books in like at least 3 years, and I'm really sad about that. But I'm really hoping that Chain of Gold will bring me right back into that world. The Infernal Devices is my absolute favorite series from her, and it's the only series that current me still thinks is actually good. I still love the Mortal Instruments, but that love is mainly just for nostalgic reasons. But the Infernal Devices is like genuinely a good series. So I'm hoping Chain of Gold will be really good because it has similar characters and it's a similar time period, so pray for me. Next on the list is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I have not read this one, and I'm not really sure if I'm going to be honest. I tried reading Daisy Jones and the Six shortly after it came out, and I DNF'd it like halfway through. I didn't like the writing style, it was really not for me. I am considering reading this one day, but like mainly because it has queer rep, and that's pretty much the only reason why I want to read it. But like honestly, I'm not sure if my burning need to consume as many queer books as humanly possible is enough to want to read this book, because like I don't like contemporaries, and I especially don't like historical fiction contemporaries. So I really don't think that this would be for me. Plus, like, I don't like her writing style very much, or at least I didn't in that specific book. So maybe it'll be different in a book that's not told in interview format. So I might read it eventually, but I don't know. I doubt it, but maybe. Then we have Laini Taylor, who, as far as I know, she has 2 series out. The first one being The Daughter of Smoke and Bone, which I have not read, but plan to eventually. And then there's the Strange the Dreamer duology, which I have read the first book. I have not read the second book for very good reason though. So that is because Laszlo Strange is quite possibly my favorite character to ever exist, like literally ever. In the entire world, Laszlo Strange just stole my heart completely. The first half of Strange the Dreamer was top 5 favorite books of all time, but then the second half happened and it became a book that I almost hated. So I have very conflicting emotions about this book, and it is entirely because of the romance. I fucking hated the romance. Almost completely ruined Laszlo as a character for me. Not fully, but almost. So I haven't read Muse of Nightmares yet because I'm worried that reading that book will like completely ruin Laszlo, and I don't want that to happen. So I've been putting it off for a very long time. And I will read it eventually. I do have it. I just... Next up is the Illuminate Files by J. Kristoff and Amie Kaufman. This series I have not read either because I really suck. When this series first came out, I remember thinking that like I had no interest in it. I didn't want to read it. And so I've had that in my mind for like several years. But I think I made that choice when I wasn't into sci-fi like at all. But now I am. So I kind of want to read it now. I think it's really interesting how it's a book told in mixed media. I've never seen that before. I think it would be really fun to read. So I might give that a shot at some point. Probably not soon. It's not like a top priority. but eventually. Next up is The Arc of a Scythe by Neil Shusterman. I have read the first book for this one. I have not read the next two yet. I have the first two books in paperback, and I've been waiting for the paperback version of The Toll to come out. That way I could buy it and be able to binge read the last two books back to back if I wanted to. So I've been waiting for that one, which is why I haven't read Thunderhead yet. But I am very excited to say that I have just bought The Toll in paperback, and it will hopefully be here by like next week. So I'm hoping to get to those two maybe in May, possibly in June, we'll see, but like soon. And next up we've got Sarah J Maas, which I have not read a single book by Sarah J Maas, and I never will. Ever. So my thoughts on Sarah J Maas I'm not going to get into here because I do have a video planned where I talk about the books and authors that I never plan on reading, and she is number one on that list, so look forward to that eventually. Unpopular opinions time, sorry. An Ember in the Ashes by Sabaa Tahir. This is another one that I have not read. I know I'm terrible, but I don't really plan to read this one. It used to be on my TBR, but I like pretty frequently go through my TBR on Goodreads and take off the ones that I'm no longer interested in, and this one did not make the cut, so it was removed a long time ago actually. I wanted to read it, probably just because of the hype, but I'm not really interested in it, so I'm not gonna read that one. I might eventually, you know, maybe I'll do like a readathon where I read all these books on this list that I haven't read. We'll see. Then we have Shawn Maguire, which if you have been following my channel at all, you know that I live and breathe for Shawn Maguire. Now with that said, I have actually only read her Wayward Children series. I have not read anything else by her or her pseudonym as Myra Grant, like literally nothing. Which I know I really suck. But the Wayward Children series means so much to me. It's tied with The Raven Cycle as being my favorite series of all time. And I do plan to read her other ones. I'm not really interested in reading Feed because I don't like zombie stories, but I definitely want to read Middle Game and a few of her other ones as well. Then we have The Poppy War by Rf Quan. This one, I don't really know much about it. I clearly haven't read it and I don't really plan to. I really don't like war stories, so this one's probably not going to be for me. I think it's also like gigantic, and I've heard that it's very dry as well, so yeah, I don't plan to read this one at all. And finally, the last book on this list is To All the Boys I Have Loved Before by Jenny Han. This is another one that I have not read and also don't plan to. I did watch the movie and it was very cute, and I remember I tried picking up the first book like right after I watched the movie. I read like literally 3 pages and put it down. It is not for me. I keep saying it over and over again, but I do not like contemporaries. This is exactly the kind of contemporary that I do not like. So I will not be reading this series ever. And that is it. That's all of them. So out of the 18 books and authors talked about for this challenge, I have read 9 of them, which is a little sad, but whatever, it's fine. So if you guys would like to participate in this challenge, I will leave all the links down below, which I really encourage everyone to, whether it's just a simple tweet or an Instagram post, because it is going to a very good cause. So all of that info will be down below, and a big thank you to Rachael Marie for doing this challenge. I think it's really great. So that is it for today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know in the comments if you have read any of these books on this list, and if you have a favorite on here, I would love to know. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys are all having a wonderful day wherever you are in the world. And I will catch you in the next video. Bye! And today I am doing the Bookternet, what is it? And today I am doing the Bookternet All Star, what the fuck is it called? Bookternet All Star Charity Challenge for COVID-19 Relief. And today I am doing the Bookternet All Star Challenge, All-Star Charity Challenge for COVID-19 Relief. Okay. Bookternet All-Star Challenge, Charity Challenge, what the fuck? And today I'm doing the Bookternet All-Star Charity Challenge for